Hey everybody, welcome to Texas 2.5. Today, I'm out here doing a pork and beef combo cook. I'll post that in a separate video, link down below. But the point of this video is that in addition to cooking, I'm also testing out a new thermometer that I just received. It's called the Maverick XR-50, and it's a new offering from Maverick. I've never owned a Maverick thermometer before. I didn't get it necessarily because it's Maverick. The reason I got it is because David Parrish from Adrenaline Barbecue, the guy who invented the Slow and Sear, he's on a lot of videos with other channels, and I've come to the point where I enjoy listening to him. I trust his expertise. Guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about, and I think he and especially him and Baby Back Maniac do a good job on their combo videos of explaining things. And he helped Maverick design this thermometer. My understanding is the features behind this thermometer are basically David Parrish's brainchild. He's kept a list over the years of features that he would like to see in a barbecue thermometer, bringing them all together in one thermometer. And apparently this is that thermometer. So I picked one up. As far as I know, it's the only thermometer right now that you can get under $100 that comes with 4 different probes. They're all hybrid probes. They can be used for meat or for tracking your grate temps. It comes with obviously a transmitter and also a receiver, which I'll show you here. There. And the 4 probes that I mentioned, too long, too short, but all of them can be used for either meat or grate temps, as I said. It does come with batteries, though I'm sure I'll be putting in some Duracells or Energizers. It comes with a quick start guide for those of you guys like me who don't enjoy reading instructions. It also comes with an instruction manual. However, even that is only a couple pages. Pretty flimsy. Not flimsy, but lightweight reading. Nothing heavy there. And it also comes with a frameable portrait of Meathead. So there's a bonus for you. Anyways, we're going to review this throughout our pork and beef cook today. As you know, if you watch a lot of review videos on YouTube, the initial review video is important to catch you up to speed on what the product is and what its features are. But the real review comes months down the road over the course of doing several cooks with this and seeing how it holds up, how it performs, and those types of things. So even though I'm doing this specific review video here today, of course, over time on my channel, you'll see this Maverick XR-50 in use more and more, and you'll get a feel for how I think it's performing for me. All right, everybody, we got our Maverick hooked up. As you can see, we got some meat on the grill. I'll put the link to the cook video down below, but this video here, for the purposes of our review, I will not be giving you a lot of updates on meat. All right, let's do this quick. I'm doing 2 videos today, the pork cook and the Maverick review, so my lid's open for a lot longer than usual. Let's start with the stuff up top. Some of the small quibbles that I have so far. Nothing major. The Maverick is performing fine. A couple of very small quibbles. It comes with 4 probes, which is a great deal for under $100 for a thermometer. Comes with 4 probes. They're hybrid probes, which means they can be used for the grate or for meat. Very small complaint. It only comes with 2 grate clips. I wish it came with all 4 grate clips, since all 4 can be used as great probes, as great thermometers. I wish it would come with 4 clips, because there are times when I want to test my LSG, all 4 corners of my new LSG smoker for pit temp, and I'm gonna have to rig something up like the old potato trick or something like that to use all 4 probes. So small complaint. The other small complaint about the probes is you can see here I have the clip really compressed between 2 rails, because when I open it up between 3 rails, in other words, when I take one of these little legs out and set it up at the next widest position, it jiggles loose, and I'm afraid that it will fall over during my cook. So you're probably thinking, well, then just do it like you did it, tighter. Well, the problem is when you do it tighter, that loosens up the probe. The probe is really slidey at that point. Um, if you have it at the open position, it grabs a hold of this probe and won't let it move. So you have to choose. Do I want my clip to be a little bit loose, or do I want my probe to be a little bit loose? Again, not a big deal. I can live with it. It's probably not going to come out of there 99 times out of 100 cooks. Probably not going to be a big deal, but just something that could be tightened up a little bit. I'm tearing up, y'all. Wow. I got a whole lot of smoke in the face. Um, my only other quibble so far with the Maverick, and again, this is tiny. I want you to know I would still buy this 10 times out of 10 over again if given the choice. But I'm trying to do honest reviews. I'm trying to tell you what my first impressions are so that you know I'm not a homer for these products. I bought my Maverick. It was not sent to me by David or by Maverick. I paid full price for it. They had a sale going with free shipping a couple weeks ago. So I picked it up then because I actually needed a new thermometer. But my third quibble, and this is my final one for now, is when it came in the packaging. The packaging was sort of, the inner packaging was sort of opened up and haphazard, and things were starting to slide out of the box a little bit. Not a big deal, but you know, first impressions are really important with people and with products. And so when I first opened that outer padded package and realized the inner box was sort of opening up and things were already starting to come out, and the end of the box looked like it had been squished or damaged, that could have happened in shipping. It may have left Maverick in perfect condition, or Adrenaline Barbecue Company in perfect condition, and that could have been FedEx's fault or whoever it was that was delivering it. I can't even remember now. But so far, those are my only three complaints. But those are very minor. And let me show you how it's actually performing. We'll move past the quibbles into the positives. All right, so a few really a quick hit positive things. First of all, this baby is super easy to set up. Um, I hope you like my rig here, by the way. That's my paper towel holder and my hanging tool holder. That's galvanized pipe. I can't remember exactly what size pipe I use, but you know, this stuff is awesome. It's modular, and I threw that on there thinking not only will it serve as a handle, which it does, I actually grab this right here whenever I want to pick up my Weber Smoky Mountain middle section and take it off. It serves as a handle, but it also serves as a nice tool holder and paper towel rack when I need that. Today it's serving as my Maverick holder. You can see I have a nice U-clamp here holding everything up. Let's see if I can get this camera to focus. Not Maverick's fault. Top left, 45 degrees. That's the beef. Eye of round internal. Bottom left, 26.6. That's the pork. It was frozen last night. We pulled it out of the freezer, let it sit out on the counter overnight, so it's still really cold in the very center. Top right is the top grate temperature right now because I had my lid open for so long and let that charcoal get too hot. I'll shut down one or two of my vents here in a minute. 383, that's the bottom rack. That's where there's no meat, but just that liquid. So I definitely want to get that lowered to save charcoal and to save water in my drip pan. But the Maverick is super easy to set up. You know, you might think it's hard to keep track of 4 probes, but what I did was I just made sure that I want to keep my pit temps on the right and my meat temps on the left. And I just made sure that top rack was the top probe and bottom rack was the bottom probe right here. So that ends up being white and black for me. And then I just made sure that I paid attention to which meat I put the top probe into, and we're going brown for beef. And then this bottom gray one, easy to remember, is my pork butt. I'm not really using much of the alarms or functionality today. All I'm doing is running it and seeing how it works. So that's the transmitter. Let's go check out the receiver. Here's the receiver, and as you can see, matches up perfectly with the 4 quadrants on the transmitter. These were both super easy to get up and running. I didn't have to do any sort of programming. All you do is, and by the way, well, we'll get to features in a minute. All you do is, so here's the the top of the Maverick up here, turn it around, and you pull right here at the top. There's a little grippy for your finger. You just pop that open, put in your 2 AAA batteries, pop it closed, and everything is up and running. I haven't even used the power button yet. Features on this thing are awesome. It has magnets, so I could attach this to my fridge inside the house if I'm in there. It has a kickstand if you want to just set it up on your counter like I had it a minute ago. The kickstand also flips all the way up and becomes a hanging hook, which, as you'll recall, is exactly how I'm using the Maverick over there. I don't want to use the magnets directly on the Weber Smoky Mountain because it's probably too hot for that purpose. Another feature I want to mention is the transmitter. I'm not sure about the receiver, but the transmitter is rainproof. That means you don't have to be out here with Ziploc bags over your transmitter. If you have the probes plugged in, it is guaranteed rainproof. If you do not have the plugs probed in, obviously it is not rainproof because then it has holes in it. But if you have the probes all plugged in properly, it's rainproof. So I would obviously advise you, even if you're only using 2 of the probes, just plug the other 2 in and let them hang or drape over something else if you're cooking in the rain. One other nice thing about this Maverick is it has a 1-year warranty. So if anything happens in the first year, they guarantee the product and will replace it for you. Again, use it properly. If you submerge your receiver in your swimming pool or your transmitter, they're probably not going to replace that for you. But if you have it plugged in properly and are using it per the instructions and the rain damages it or whatever, they will replace that in the first 12 months. So that's a nice feature as well. All right, 3 hours in. The Maverick is doing a great job. I'm loving it. I love the fact that it has 4 probes. As you can see, my pork is up to 98 degrees, bottom left corner. My beef is up to 161, top left. And my grates are within a degree of each other, which is incredible because that was not the case when I first started off this morning. So things have definitely evened out dramatically. The Maverick is going strong. I did go ahead and program some min and max temperatures so that it would notify me if my meat or grate temps got too high or too low. And that was pretty simple. So far I can only figure out how to turn on all 4 alarms or no alarms. So I need to look at the quick reference guide and see if I can alarm just 1 or 2 or 3 of the quadrants instead of all 4. For instance, I really just want my meat alarmed. I don't really want my grate temps alarmed, and so I need to look into the instruction manual and see if I can do that. One other thing I guess I wish was a little bit different on the Maverick is I had to do all of that programming from the transmitter, which means I have to be out by my smoker to do the programming. I wish that this receiver was either the only programming device or was also capable of programming. I wish that was reversed. I wish that was swapped. Again, a small quibble. Not a big deal to come out here and program it if I forget to do that before the cook starts. That's the Maverick update, 3 hours in. Just a few closing thoughts. The Maverick has performed great on its first run. I like it. I guess we'll see in the long run how it holds up. The probe, the 1 probe that I pulled here, I already washed that up with hot soapy water per the instructions. That was easy. It doesn't come with a case, so I will probably just try to keep the probe cables rolled up nicely and keep them all in a Ziploc bag with the instructions. If anybody has a better idea, shoot it at me. But all in all, the Maverick performed really well today. And I did figure out, by the way, I read the instructions further and figured out you can disable the alarms and use 1, 2, 3, or all 4 alarms if you want to. So there is a way to do that. If you buy one, you'll find out in the instructions how. You don't need me telling you how to use the Maverick if you don't have one. So that pretty much wraps up our Maverick review video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about the Maverick that I can answer, post them below and I will certainly try to do that. Otherwise, contact Adrenaline Barbecue. And if you're looking for a thermometer, I don't know that you'll find a better deal under $100 that has this much value. 4 probes, all of them hybrid. That means you can use them on the grate or in the meat. Rainproof, really nice big digital display on both of them. The transmitter is gigantic and the receiver is a nice good fist-sized unit as well. But with the hook and the magnet and the kickstand, really a lot of cool features. They put a lot of thought into this thing. And all in all, I'm impressed and I'll be using it all the time. Thanks again for watching Texas 2.5. This is Jonathan saying see you next time.